If banks told you the truth, you wouldn't be watching this masterclass today. But they hide one fact from you. The money you hold in your hand is not a tool of freedom, but a tool of slavery. In 2026, poverty is not a matter of chance. Poverty is an algorithm that banks use to trap you. Today, in this video, we will dismantle the matrix through which banks control you, and I will tell you how to build your own bank using digital gold. In the next few minutes, I am here to tell you the secrets that people spend 10 years in university to learn. But I will only tell you these secrets if you follow me to the end. This conclusion will completely change the direction of your life. First, subscribe to the Money Mindset channel and join the family. Module 1. The Inflation Tax. Why do banks praise saving to you? It's because if you keep your money in the bank, they can trade with your money. However, the purchasing power of your money decreases year after year. This is called the hidden tax. Why was Bitcoin created? Bitcoin was built on math-based scarcity. A government can print as much money as it wants, but no one can ever make more than 21 million Bitcoin. This is called financial sovereignty. Why do banks hide this from you? Because if you become independent, they lose power. Module 2. The Decentralized Revolution. A bank means one person can click a switch and close your account. Bitcoin, however, is a peer-to-peer network. This is called the invisible web of wealth. It is like the Internet of money. Just as no one can stop the Internet, no one can stop Bitcoin. Banks fear this system because it eliminates the need for a middleman. You must create your own bank now, and I will tell you how at the end of this video. Module 3. The Halving Code. Why are the terms halving and stock-to-flow crucial? Banks increase the money supply and debase its value. Bitcoin, however, cuts its supply in half once every 4 years. This is called the scarcity engine. When supply decreases but demand rises, the price of Bitcoin creates a parabolic move. This is the true law of supply and demand. Banks tell you about volatility, price changes, but they hide its growth from you. Do not fear volatility. Fear devaluation, the loss of value in bank money. I have been telling you amazing things you've never heard before. Don't find it difficult to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe now. Bitcoin gives you one proof: freedom. In 2026, buying Bitcoin is not just a trade. It is a financial lifeboat. If the banks fail and the legacy system collapses, you can cross over holding your digital asset. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it right now. Module 4. The Digital Fortress. Why do banks keep gold in massive vaults? Because gold has physical scarcity. Bitcoin, however, is a math-based fortress. If a bank adds a zero to its database, it can devalue your money. On Bitcoin, however, no one can change the code. This is why it is called the hardest money. Bitcoin is not just money. It is the ultimate property right. It means building a fortress on the internet that no one can destroy. Because banks fear this fortress, they deceive you by calling it volatility. They laugh at you, but they are building their own portfolios with this secret. Module 5. The Global Reset. In the next minute, the direction of the world will change. Governments are about to bring in CBDC, government digital currency. This is the ultimate financial surveillance. Banks want to track every way you spend your money. Bitcoin is your exit ramp. It is permissionless, meaning you don't need a bank's permission to send or receive payments. This is true financial freedom. In what I shared before in the University of Bitcoin, you learn one thing: not your keys, not your coins. If you hold your private keys, you are your own government. If banks told you this truth, You would stop being their slave. The architect's conclusion. In conclusion, the University of Bitcoin gives you the certificate of freedom. In 2026, putting money in a bank is gambling, but buying Bitcoin is insurance. Escaping the matrix is your choice. The Wealth Blueprint, starting from zero. Finally, knowledge not supported by action is just more poverty. You study for 4 years in university and leave with only a degree. But here I give you a practical blueprint. You don't need thousands of dollars to escape the bank matrix. Starting to buy digital gold. With just $10 changes your mind from a saver to an investor. The next part is amazing. Keep going by subscribing. Self-custody. The bank holds your keys. But with Bitcoin, the keys are in your hand. Guard your 12 words, seed phrase, like your life. Never stop following the mindset. In 2026, all wealth is going to be digital. The person who understands code and algorithms today will rule the world tomorrow. This video is not just education. It is a war declared on poverty. You will stop being a consumer and start being an architect. The network effect, the unstoppable force. Why is it impossible to crash Bitcoin? Because it is built on the network effect. It is like WhatsApp or Facebook. As the number of users increases, the value of that network rises exponentially. Banks are a system that people are fleeing from. Bitcoin is a system that everyone is joining. 10 years ago, only a few thousand people knew about it. Today, hundreds of millions participate. This is a digital tsunami. Banks cannot stop this tsunami, so they trick you into not participating. But because you know the power of algorithms and mathematics, you have become one of the early adopters. Multi-generational wealth, the 100-year plan. The truly wealthy do not think for 1 or 2 years. They think for 100 years. Bank money disappears within 20 years through inheritance tax and inflation. Bitcoin, however, is an intergenerational asset. If you guard your Bitcoin private key properly, your next generation will not enter the matrix of poverty. You are building the foundation today. Banks won't tell you this because they want to make you a consumer who struggles tomorrow, not an owner who changes generations. Money mindset means freeing your generation from poverty. The architect's final decree. Finally, all the truths the banks hid have been revealed. You are no longer a student. You are now an architect. The matrix will surely try to follow you, but you have built your digital fortress. Subscribe to the Money Mindset channel. Until we meet in the next video, thank you.